Hi everybody and welcome to From Shambles to Shambhala. We just had a lovely little interlude with a beautiful deer walking behind us. We're deep in the forest here, all the leaves on the ground and the stream trickling by. Just a beautiful setting in this winter months as we move now through Scorpio into Sagittarius. I just want to reflect upon the month of Scorpio. It was a very deep dive, very emotional, all the stuff coming up that still needed to be cleared. There's also some incredible help being offered to us. And I just want to reflect upon this energy coming through these blue beams of light that were being brought down into the landscape here on the planet. And this came through an interview between Pam Gregory, the well-known astrologer from England, and a woman called Nancy Rebecca, who is a clairvoyant. She's been working with these tall blue beings for some time, and they told her that they were going to be bringing this beam of blue light into the three mesas of northern Arizona on Hopi and Navajo land. And they had been previously bringing these beams of light in other pyramidal structures on the planet, including the three pyramids of Giza, the three pyramids of Teotihuacan in Mexico, and now the three mesas in northern Arizona, making up this pyramidal structure. And the dates involved were November the 4th for the first mesa, November the 18th for the second mesa, and November the 25th for the third mesa. So these energies were being beamed into the planet to assist us on our awakening journeys. And then Nancy Rebecca did a reflection on her experiences on November the 18th. Very interesting, fantastical, almost sci-fi type experience. But actually it makes sense from other perspectives and from other people from her group who experienced something similar. So I'll just give you an outline of what she said, and you can take it as you wish to, as a metaphorical story, a true story, or a fantastical story. So essentially what happened was initially the blue beams of light had difficulty breaking through the mesa, and they did eventually. And what she then observed, or was part of, was this water landscape. But she said it was water, but it wasn't water. It was some form of plasma material. And she was taken down into this plasma material, which was contained within a sort of a dome type structure. And down in this plasma structure were all of these mermaids and mermen. So she connected with them and telepathically had a connection with them. And they took her deeper and deeper down in this plasma substance until right at the very bottom there was this black hole. And initially she was a little bit concerned about going into this black hole, but they took her down and in and through. And when she emerged out of the other side of that black hole, she went out into the galaxy, out into the stars, the constellations. So she went through a wormhole from going deep, deep down in this plasma material and then flowing out into the galactic energy. And then these beings told her that some people had gone down too deep and they were going to have to retrieve them. So then she experienced this great whale flowing through that portal to go and retrieve these other beings. So then when she returned back through the black hole herself into this plasma, she saw the whale return with these human beings who had gone too deep into this energy, delivering them back into that plasma light. Now you can think this is an amazing story. It's a wonderful set of images. But what's fascinating for me is that right now, right as we move into the end of November, we are in the ninth gene key. And the ninth gene key in the I Ching is called the taming of the small. And basically it says when you go down deeper and deeper and deeper into the details, you end up inside the atomic structure. And then when you move through that, there is no structure, there is no matter. And you end up in this black hole, this 0-point energy field, this torus field. That's the 9th gene key. Then in a couple of weeks' time, we'll be in the 26th gene key, which is called the Taming of the Great. And in the 26th gene key is when you go up and out into the atmosphere, out into the galactic, and you keep going and you keep going until it expands into this black hole again, into this oneness, this connection to all that is. And so these two, the 9th and the 26th, demonstrate how what we are living in is a fractal pattern of the tiniest energy up to the maximum energy that we can be involved in. So it felt to me as if this experience that she had was a reflection of the 9th and 26th gene keys. And amazingly, during this week, I had a session with a woman who had both the 9 and the 26. And I said to her, you're really good with the details, but you're also good at the bigger picture expansion. And she knew exactly what I was talking about. She said, yes, I know that. So this was a really interesting synchronistic confirmation. But then when Nancy talked to her own personal group about this energy, they confirmed with her that they'd had a similar experience, including being inside the whale. So again, she got confirmation from her own group that this was a common experience, not just her own imagination. And then one of our wonderful spiritual people was in Arizona when the second Mesa event took place. And she felt this incredibly powerful energy on her head, almost like a migraine type headache coming on. And her friend who was with her didn't feel it as a physical sensation. She heard it as a sound, and it was a wow pulsing energy. And it lasted from the Friday afternoon all the way through Saturday till sundown on the Saturday. And on the Friday, she had to pull over driving in the car because of this pressure on her head. But she actually saw this portal energy, which is a beautiful diffuse golden light. And it wasn't the sun. And so this energy was coming through. And a couple of other people have confirmed seeing this golden portal of energy coming down and in. So what's important for us to understand is we are getting lots of assistance from the galactics to bring this energy down and in to support us. And it is pushing out to the surface all the stuff that we have not dealt with that we need to let go of. So the full moon in Gemini at the Sagittarius sun was inviting us to finally release any of those energies that are holding us back. And we know what they are because they're just coming up in this now moment. Interestingly, the 9, the 26, the 11 and the 5, those 4 gene keys, which are back-to-back in Sagittarius, make up what's called the ring of light. And it is to do with time and space, timelessness and boundlessness, light from the inside out, illuminating the outer world, which in the northern hemisphere is the darkest time of the year. So moving into the month of December, there are some important dates to pay attention to. The first one is December the 12th, 13th, where on the 12th we have the new moon in Sagittarius. This is the last new moon of the year. So it's a great opportunity to look back over this 2023 year, which has been really challenging for most of us, to now set really clear intentions for what you truly want for yourself in the new year. And then on the same day, by the end of that day and into the next day, is when Mercury turns retrograde. And it's going to be retrograde for the whole of the Christmas period. So be very aware of any tendencies for you to get confused, things not working out the way you want them to, communications, technology. So give yourself extra time and slow down, particularly if you're traveling, to make sure that you don't miss connections, that you don't misunderstand the information being given to you. And it's going all the way through till January the 1st. So in some ways, it's really neat that the new year 2024 will begin as Mercury goes direct. It's going to go all the way back to 8 degrees of Capricorn. So this is all about re-evaluating all the old structures to see what you now want to create in terms of the new structures that you're going to work with in your true passion, in your new future self. Then we move through to the 18th of December. I just want to mention the 18th of December is when we are directly below the galactic center. So if you imagine the galactic center and the sun and the earth are all precisely aligned on that date. So it's a wonderful opportunity to download information from source, to download higher frequency energy and really ground it into your body. And then very quickly after that, we have the winter solstice on the 21st. And the winter solstice is again this opportunity when everything steps into stillness. It's the darkest day of the year. And on the morning of the solstice is when the sunrise is measured through these incredible stone structures across the globe. And it's there to demonstrate how humanity in the past have recognized this moment in time, this still point, when the first rays of the sun rise on that day and strike the earth through these stone structures. And again, it's this image of heaven coming to earth, the Father, Son kissing Mother Earth. So again, if you can, on December 21st, just having a moment when you come into this still point to marry heaven to earth through that moment in time. And any time that day works for this. So just take a time, a moment on that 21st to be still. Then we move into the festivities of the holiday season. And again, the gene key of Christmas Day is the 58th gene key. And the gift is vitality, and the city is bliss. So I hope you have a really, really blissful holiday season. Looking forward in some ways to the completion of 2023 and opening up into a new year of promise and potential in the year 2024. So many blessings to you all for this season. You see, hello. It's a big one as well.